and one big red flag.
This is Philadelphia saying, we want to win, and we want to win right now.
Their starting lineup is now the best in the East.
This season, no team in the NBA has embraced the big trade more than the Sixers. Twice going full blockbuster in the acquisition department by picking up Jimmy Butler in November and Tobias Harris earlier this week. On paper, Philly has arguably the best starting five in the East, but games aren't won on paper, and it remains to be seen how well they will mesh on the court. The good news is that Harris instantly gives Philly's starting five something it desperately needs: shooting.
Harris, the catch, the shot, the three is good, and the Philadelphia fans love it.
Their existing big three can't really shoot threes. Simmons, Embiid, and Butler are all great players, but none of them thrive from downtown. Before the trade, the trio combined to make just 2.4 threes per game, while sinking just 33% of their three-point attempts. These dudes aren't the Splash Brothers. Furthermore, in the deal to get Harris, Philly also shipped out 3 of its top 4 three-point shooters. That's why for this to work, Harris must shoot and make a lot of threes to fill that void. If his numbers in Clipperland are any indication, he's got this. So far this season, Harris has been killing it from downtown. Let's start in the corners.
What a shot! Tobias Harris!
As a Clipper, Harris ranked 3rd in efficiency, draining an incredible 52.9% of his corner tries. Only Steph Curry and Darren Collison had been better. Harris kills it above the break, too. In LA, Harris ranked 6th in efficiency, draining 41.5% of his attempts.
Harris for three, yes sir!
Simply said, the Sixers need shooting and Harris has got it. However, there is one big red flag.
Harris with a monster slam!
Harris is at his best offensively as a pick-and-roll ball handler. And he thrived in Clipperland in part because Doc Rivers and the Clips run more pick-and-roll than any other team in the league. Brett Brown and the Sixers run the fewest pick-and-rolls in the league. They play through Embiid. They post up. They love dribble handoffs. The Clippers featured Harris in over 900 pick plays this season. Ben Simmons has run less than 500. And the guy Harris is replacing as the starting 4 in Philly, Wilson Chandler, ran just 21. Harris's breakout season may break down if he can't reinvent himself as an off-ball weapon in Philly's suddenly star-studded lineup. If he does it, the Sixers might go to the finals and Harris might get a max deal. But if he doesn't, he might be playing for yet another new squad this fall.
And Kirk is rushing us to next fall. Let me just enjoy the moment, Kirk. So let's talk the offenses and how they differ from Philly to L.A. as far as Tobias is concerned.
Well, Tobias is such a good player. He'll figure it out. And that was a good piece, and it exposed a lot of things that we're going to already talk about. But with the Clippers, they were 3rd in the league in running pick and rolls, which Tobias is a very good pick and roll player, not only as the picker, but he can also handle and score too. Well, with Philly, they're last in the league. So that concerns me in terms of if you don't start running more pick and rolls, you won't get the Tobias that you traded for, right? So he'll figure it out, and he's such a good player, and he's playing with a pass-first point guard in Ben Simmons, who is also smart and will figure it out, but that was the only thing that concerned me.
Well, with this team, he doesn't need to be the Tobias Harris for the Clippers. He's not going to be that 20-point scorer because of the other all-stars they have on this team. But the great thing about him is he can play any type of style. You can put him in the pick and roll. You can put him as a spot-up shooter. You can put him in the post, and he can thrive in any of those roles. So I think he's a perfect fit to what they actually need because his roles decreased. He doesn't have to be that go-to guy like he was for the Clippers. So that's what makes him a perfect fit. He can spot up, he can do a number of things, and really be effective.
It's interesting for me that these two teams are facing one another because the Sixers actually went out and did what the Lakers talked about doing. And so what ended up happening is we talked so much about them getting Anthony Davis. Nobody talked about them getting Butler. Nobody talked about them getting Tobias Harris. It just happened. So he's a vet. He's going to bring professionalism. And he's going to bring height as well. When you're going against the Celtics, you're going against the Greek Freak. When you go against Toronto, you're going to need guys that have versatility on the perimeter, that give you length on both ends of the floor. He's going to be able to provide that as well.
Opening up some eyes in the East. It's going to be good. You know what else is going to be good? NBA All-Star Weekend. Begins Friday out in Charlotte. Celebrity Game game will be on ESPN this year. Who we have in this thing, Jay?
I know Luke Cage going to be in the building.
Oh, you like that?
My guy JB Smooth. Quavo's going to be in the house.
Steve Smith, Dr.
Sue
Ross.
Bird.
Quavo got MVP last year, didn't he? He got game.
Did he?
Yeah, I was the coach.
Adam, this year.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
was
just
the
said
coach.
give him the ball and just
There's a
I was the
four-point
coach.
what you got to do, youngin.
There's
Go
a
ahead,
4-point line. 7
Put him in
Eastern.
that James Harden offense.
Throughout February, the NBA celebrates Black History Month by honoring those who paved the way for future generations, and you can share using hashtag NBA Voices.
You're a great coach,
27
Paul.
games left for the Lakers'
1-0.
postseason dreams. I can't believe that's true. Will they get a trip to the playoffs or a sweet vacation? We got this or that.
I wonder if Paul going to Charlotte to coach this year.
You rely, just the voice from the speaker. The mind become delirious. Situation.